Hello, carpet cleaning world, and welcome to the Tuesday night revolution show for the carpet cleaning industry. And tonight, to my left, right here, you guys should know that's John the Hitman Braun. John the Hitman Braun has an advertising agency, and he specializes in helping carpet cleaners look professional, be professional, and give you that give your customer that experience that they should get. Just because we're carpet cleaners doesn't mean that we shouldn't deliver an experience. Now, John knows Howard Partridge, and you guys know that I love me some Howard Partridge, and we both are strong believers in the old Howard Partridge philosophy of you're going to give your clients an experience. But without further ado, everyone, John, the Hitman, Braun.
Awesome. Thank you, Roger. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's a privilege to be here. Honestly, thank you so much. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about marketing strategy, I think, first and foremost, a little bit, just because so many guys just get that part of it off. They just want to try and shoot all kinds of different marketing things out there, which sometimes can be good, but you still have to have a strategy and a reason behind doing it. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about educating your clients. We've mentioned that, and you talked about how you do EduClean. Is that what you called it? I love that. I love that. So EduClean, we're going to talk about how we do that, and that's super important. And we're also going to talk a little bit about offers, because I think that's really important too. Some guys are like, I don't want to do an offer. I don't want to have an offer. And I get it, especially for a high-end cleaner, but there are definitely times, if not most times, to do that. You're trying to get new clients. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing, again, marketing strategy. I'm a big believer in planning out your marketing before you even start to think about what you're going to say in your ad. You should first have your target client in mind, who that person is, where he or she lives, and really what you're going to say to them. It doesn't have to be the exact ad, but kind of what you're going to say to them. And then after you have that in mind, I learned all this stuff in advertising school, by the way. A little bit, maybe too. I know everybody kind of knows me, but I mean, a little bit too about what's been going on with me and what I did. I just recently had a carpet cleaning company for 21 years, and I just recently sold it in Pensacola, Florida, and moved to Colorado. And it's been great. Been doing a lot of skiing and having a lot of fun doing that. I may or may not start another cleaning business here. I've come this close a couple of times, so I don't know if I will or not. I stay so busy, honestly, helping the guys out with Hitman advertising that I haven't really had much time to think about it. But at any rate, that's a little bit about what's been going on with me. So I've ran a lot of ads over the years. But the advertising strategy is so important in thinking about who your target client is, what message you're going to say to them, just in general, and then really then pick out the media. That's so important to go that route. For instance, some guys will ask me, I don't know if they're even still around very much anymore, but a couple of years ago, it was a big thing for the grocery store receipts, on like an ad that's in the back of those. I guess they still have them in some places. Or there'll be an ad in the back of the grocery store receipt. And guys will go, well, is that a good idea? It'll reach, 10,000 people a week or whatever. And I go, well, it depends. What is your strategy? I mean, for instance, the guy who's got a rug cleaning shop next door to that grocery store, absolutely, that's an excellent place to advertise. Maybe if that's your neighborhood grocery store and you're doing a lot of neighborhood marketing with EDDMs, which we're going to touch on in just a little bit, and things like that, maybe you've got a billboard out in the area, then yeah, the grocery store receipt. But you see how just shooting off the hip and going, grocery store receipt, because this guy called and he said it was great. Terrible idea. And I've got a general rule about marketing to really, if anybody ever calls you to sell you marketing, the first response to them should always be no, that I don't want to do it. And then get them to send you information. Possibly later consider it, but at first tell them no. And then later on, think about doing that marketing. But it's super important to have that strategy. had a conversation with a guy today. I don't know if he'll ever listen to this interview. I don't know if he does. It's not a big deal. But he's got a very large janitorial business, and he was talking to me about doing some Facebook ads. Okay, and here's where strategy really comes in play. And you probably know this, Roger, but is Facebook advertising probably good for doing advertising for a janitorial company? Probably not. If you know anything about Facebook marketing at all, you probably go no. But he was convinced, and I had to spend a half an hour convincing him that no, this is a bad idea. And we ended the conversation with well, I'm telling you it's a bad idea, but if you really still want to do it, I might be willing to do it. Let me look over your website and see, but I probably really don't want to do it. In fact, I'm probably going to email him and tell him no. But from the standpoint, I flat out asked him, why do you want to do Facebook ads? And he wanted to do it just because it's media. He wants to just get his feet wet in. In other words, it doesn't fit his marketing strategy. It doesn't fit his advertising strategy. He didn't start. And here's how I came up with even a good neighborhood marketing concept. A long time ago, back when gas prices skyrocketed. This is before EDDM was even around. And I just sat down and I went, okay, here's the deal. I got a problem. My problem is gas prices are high. And I really only want to start mostly cleaning for people close to my shop. So how can what kind of advertising method can I do to reach a high-end homeowner in some of the nice neighborhoods near my shop? So I have very, very refined, target market. How can I reach them with the message that I am the neighborhood cleaner for you to choose? And at the time, really one of the only real, because EDDM wasn't really around, Google Ads, local like that, they were around, but you couldn't localize them that much. So my only real source was to buy mailing lists and to send these people sales letters. So that's what we did. And it worked great, and it really honed in on just those people in my immediate area, within a few miles around my shop. And so we started getting a lot of clients there. So I started, a lot of my reason behind that I even said in the ad was gas prices are high. I only want to clean for people close to me. And even now what we could say with that same type message is gas prices are high. Nobody cares about that anymore, but labor prices are high. And I only want to clean, I want to be able to clean for the people close to me to eliminate labor and keep labor down and be able to clean for you and spend more time cleaning for you. You really want to say, so I make more money and clean more jobs in a day, but they don't care about that. What they care about is I can spend more time at your house meeting your needs if you choose me, because I am your neighborhood cleaning company, right? And so you see how that works into the whole strategy of things. And it's just super important to start off with thinking, who's my target client? What's the message that I want to tell that person? Think about those two questions deep, and then go in and go, well, what's the best media to do that? What's the best media to reach that client with that message? Oh, it's EDDM. Or for you, it may be, I don't know, right? It could be Google Ads, localized Google Ads. It could be a Facebook ad campaign. It could be a sales letter campaign. Here's the other thing too, talking about the sales letters, Roger. This is kind of interesting, but everybody's into the EDDM, so I'm going to show you guys this one, just a minute. And EDDM works great, right? But, and you know this too probably, a sales letter will get a better response than this, a good sales letter. Yes, did you know that? You know that. I don't need to tell you that. But yeah, everybody else watching it, yes. Even though this has been a great piece, why? Why is that? Well, you can tell more in a sales letter. You can have it more attractive to where they open it up. You can even make it more personalized where they sit down going, oh, this is a letter from, I don't know who. It's from Roger Lloyd. Who the heck is Roger Lloyd? I don't know. I'm going to sit down and open this sales letter up, and then if it pulls them in from there, good stuff, right? I've definitely had better response out of the sales letter, but you know what? And why I started really even promoting EDDM, why even my own company, I do EDDM a lot too, quite honestly, was because it's easier to do this. Talked to a guy, it is. I talked to a guy the other day who said him and his wife have been stuffing 5,000 envelopes a month. I was like, wow, well, first, congratulations, that's a lot of hard work. But he's like, yeah, but my wife's getting tired. I'm like, okay, then you need to try this. And or a mail house, a local mail house for getting them done. But You can definitely get a better response with sales letters. The question is, are you going to burn yourself out? The question is, the bang for the buck compared to this, I don't know. I really, sometimes you can get still a better response with sales letters, even though you're paying a mailing house and all of this. But I don't know if you got kids that can stuff envelopes for you, that you could pay a few bucks. Boy Scout troop next door, something that those can be good viable options. But yeah, but other media, everybody's always asking me, I'm sure you too, do coupons work? Well, does it fit your strategy? And it depends, probably, but yeah, does it fit your strategy? You need to go back with that. All of that, definitely there needs to be an offer somewhere. We're going to talk about offers in just a minute. But let's get into talking about client education. EduClean, right? So again, this is an EDDM, that we've done, and on this side, it educates them about, about why we're different mostly. I'm trying to even remember what it's saying, but it's giving them the gifts. It's educating them about why we have a good reputation. Because, by the way, one of the most important things you want to mention in any ad is your reputation and why they can trust you. That's one of the reasons why I recommend that you put like your picture on here. I didn't put my picture on here just because I wanted, my picture on here for my own glamorous reasons. I put it on there so they can go, well, here's the face with the company. Right?
Personalizes you,
right? And because they're wondering, well, who is this?
Right.
And so this is a good thing. Take the, sometimes guys will go, John, I got tattoos, or I got, long hair. Whatever. I mean, make yourself look as pretty as you can make yourself, and professional as you can make yourself. It doesn't even have to be a professional picture, but you can. But just get a decent picture done. Nowadays with smart cameras, it's easy to do that.
Right.
It's not hard to do that. So we'll talk about, our reputation. We'll talk about our guarantee, which is always a really important thing to put on a piece. And then we're giving away, free gifts. And again, don't get bogged down about what the offers are. I mean, the main thing is that you need to have an offer, right? Don't just go in going, call us. Here's one of my worst offers, that I've seen, just 10% off. It's like, that's so vague because, if that's your only offer, because they're thinking, your client's thinking, well, you just inflated the price 10%, and you're just going to say, now you're going to say 10% off, right? There's not a real tangible anything there. So either, a room offer, or a flat offer for a certain amount, or a dollar amount off is even better than a percentage off. But we always like to give away free gifts of some sort. And a lot of times they cross-promote other services. Like, for instance, in this one, we give away the free carpet cleaning amount, and then we also give away free tile cleaning. Why both? Because sometimes they'll go, well, can't I replace the tile cleaning for carpet cleaning? No. Why? We want to, and we'll tell them up front, we want to introduce you to more of our services.
Right.
We want to show you. Right. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. And is that like a referral card that you give out?
This is a sales card. See, it says, when someone say, oh, did you have a business card? When I pull up with my truck, I say, no, I have a sales card.
There you go.
That's until I do business with you. Why do you want a business card?
Right.
I'll give you that after we do business. Because right here, I need you to call me. So it says save $25 on 3 rooms or more and get one upholstered chair clean free. And a lot of cleaners right away say, Roger, you're crazy. I'm not giving them no free chair. Let me tell you something. Go ahead, John. Tell them why.
Well, you can charge more, and you get a bigger job ticket, and you can charge more. And when you're charging enough, you can give away that free chair. And then the other secondary reason is now you're cleaning furniture.
Right.
So there you go. Now
I can see. I knew I was going to like talking to you.
Same concept that this is, right?
Right.
And people will sometimes ask, well, instead of need tile cleaning, can I get more carpet cleaning? No. We want to introduce you to all our services, and I'm sure you tell them the same thing with that card.
Right.
Well, I don't need furniture cleaning. Can I get more carpet cleaning? I want to show you what I can do with furniture.
Right.
I want to introduce you. And so, it's about getting your foot in the door for all their stuff. And, we would be, very upfront and letting them know we want to clean everything in your home.
Right.
I mean, we make no shy, anything to just let them know that, when we come in, and of course we don't have to, we'll clean whatever you want, but we'd love to clean all of your rugs, all of your upholstery, all of your carpet, all of your tile, and what other services you do. If you have a flood, come take care of that flood for you. If your friend has a flood, if your neighbor has a flood, that's what all this is about.
Exactly.
And I think we need to work a lot more on introducing other services, because how many times this happened in my own company still, even though we would mail things. I don't think I have an example of a water restoration, but we would mail things educating them about water restoration, and then I'd go into a good client's home, and then we just had a flood last week. You're here to clean up. You're here to clean the carpet. They wanted to clean the carpet, but I love you, so you're here to clean the carpet. Why didn't you call me for the flood work? Oh, well, my insurance agent said, and I didn't know that you did that. And I'm like,
right.
I've been sending you stuff and they don't see everything that you send them.
Right.
Okay, that's why it's important to educate them multiple ways. Right. Sure, tell them, and some of these guys, unfortunately, will just go and when they clean for the client, I gave them a list of all my services, or I gave them a brochure. So you think they remembered from that point everything that you do? They totally did not remember. Even when you mail them and give them all kinds of brochures, they don't remember. Right? So you need to educate them. So talking about education, and one of the objections is, my clients already know me. Why should I send them stuff? What do I educate them about? Well, just you briefly mentioned you tile cleaning is nowhere near as good as sending them something in the mail like this. Right? The real reason why your tile and grout gets so dirty, right?
Right.
And they're wondering, they have tile and grout, they're wondering, geez, this secret question is, haven't you had, how many of your clients ask you, why is my tile and grout getting so dirty? Well, they're wondering this question. They're totally wondering this question, right? Anybody that has tile and grout is probably wondering this question, right? And even if they're not, the way this headline is worded, they're kind of going, oh, there's a reason that might happen? I can read this. Especially the clean.
You're also going to get a better grade of client.
Right.
Because
that's what I was about to say.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm not used to. Go ahead.
You're on it, because that's exactly what I was about to say. Because at the same time, you're also going to be getting more in with the client who, don't you love to clean for the houses that are already sparkling clean? That's the thing. That's what you're talking about. And,
right.
Something coming up here. There we go. So you're cleaning for people. Well, I'm worried about, I don't want my tile to get dirty. Right. Even though it's not dirty now, we would clean for guys. I remember one lawyer we had on the beach. He'd have us out every month. Carpet was never dirty, but we were out all the time cleaning this guy's white carpet because he wanted to make sure it stayed clean forever. When he had all these crazy lawyer parties, God only knows what the heck he was out there doing. He wanted to make sure that everything looked great. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So so the real reason. So here you're educating them about why it's a problem, and that there is a reason why it's going to get dirty. But you're also educating them that you do tile cleaning.
Right.
Just because you told them when you went out doesn't mean they remember. And here you're giving them the big benefits, and they're getting deep into the benefits of why their grout got so dirty, how they can keep it sparkling clean. Of course, you're the answer to all of that.
Right.
Right. So also, too, and it's an important thing, too, to every now and then just participate in the different seasons that your clients have got going on, like for summer. Just sometimes even just a quick, it's summertime, so summer cleaning's coming, and here's a couple of special offers. That's an important, fun thing to do. Just every now and then, just a nice little picture. And here's another one that we've done that's been really good. The 3 reasons your carpet and rugs need to. 3 reasons to get your carpet and rugs clean now. And again, digging into those benefits of here's why it's important to get your carpet and rugs cleaned, and it gives the benefits of cleaning for appearance, making the carpet last longer, and giving you a healthier home. Of course, on the other side, some special offers. And then, too, gift cards. We would give these out as like client just referral mechanisms, right? You give this three of them, and then you say, hey, give this to 3 of your friends. If you need more, let me know and we can give you more. But
bam.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Exactly.
You sure we're not brothers in another life?
Pretty much. Pretty much. So yeah. So giving these out. In fact, for business cards, we wouldn't really have business cards. This would be our business card.
Right.
Just like you just said. Here's something even better than a business card. Here's a gift card. You want a business card or a gift?
Right.
Gift. Okay. There you go. There you go. And so so yeah, and they give this. Of course, in the back we say that it has to be a new client. That way they can't go and try to use it at their own home. But you let them know that if you refer us, you'll get a reward. For referring us of 10% or whatever your referral program.
Right.
And then I just wanted to make sure that I showed you guys this. And it's important we did a lot of rugs. And we would always put a sticker on the back of the rug that said you're professionally cleaned by, with our phone number. And sometimes we have to put something, depending on the rug, something extra sticky to make it stick. That doesn't always stick. Sometimes they do. It depends on the kind of rug. And then we put this in the back of furniture too. To let them know that we clean this. And then when they go to vacuum, they go, oh, that's right. And these things are like $30, $35, I don't know, for 1,000. It's like, come on, put these things on the back of everything and get people to remember you. That's what all that's about. And then another neat thing that I would recommend that you do is something with Google, especially, and Facebook. Reviews are super, super important. And so I know there's a lot of good review. What review platforms do you recommend? Aren't there one or two that you like and that you recommend?
So tell us.
That's right. I remember you talking about one of them. And Sotellus is good. And in fact, if I was still in my cleaning business and using Sotellus, I'd probably still use a card like this too. Because how does Sotellus work? They have to go to your website, or you email it to them, or they call the client, or how does it work?
What, to get the review?
Yeah.
No, there's an app on your phone. You can take a video review, audio, or written.
Right. Okay. But you have to do it there inside the home when they're there?
No, you can send them a link. And
gotcha. Okay. So the point with this would be you'd put that link in the back of here.
Right.
And preferably to an easy to type in, not Rogers Cleaning Service dot carpet dot XYZ dot blah blah that they're never going to remember, be able to type in effectively. But buy something like your company name reviews.com. And they go there, that forwards to that spot at Sotellus. Then you can change it later if you want to. And then, they go there, and then it gives them an option for reviews. Now, the way I had it set up was it would just basically go, which first it would ask, how did we do? Scale, 1 to 5, or good, decent, and if it wasn't good, then it would just go, oh, well, I'm sorry. Please, let us know, fill out this form here, and we'll make it right, because we don't want you to be upset. But if it was something saying that was going to be a good review, we'd go, okay, good. Well, now, where do you want to give us a review at? Facebook, Yelp, Angie's List, or Google? Of course, I think Google will be up at the top. So that way they only got to that spot if they said that they liked their service, at that point. And that was a good way to generate reviews. We got a lot of reviews that way. But the big thing, too, with that is whatever you're doing, use a card. Because here's what happens. How many times do you go in to clean for a client and, you're at the end of the job and she's busy with the kid or she's about to run back out the door for work or something. She doesn't have time to talk to you about a review. You'd love to whip out your phone and do it right then and there, but who knows? So then if you get any kind of I don't have time right now. No problem, Mrs. Jones. If you would, here's where that site is. Just go to this link right here whenever you get a chance later on. And of course, you don't just leave her this card. This card is just a little quick leave behind reminder to give you a review, right? But then you also email her the link and or text her or whatever the system is, with Service Monster, House Call, whatever. So that's the neat part about how that system works. But the card, we found just a great, just extra reminder for the people, especially that were like, I don't have time right now, or you could just tell they didn't have time. And what we always found what was neat is to make a ploy in a pull toward why. Have you ever read Robert Cialdini's I can't remember the name of the book, but the Persuasion book. You know which book
Yeah.
I'm talking about? So, you know, where he says if you tell somebody the reason why you need something, they're like 3 or 4 more times more likely. Okay.
Right.
So, Mrs. Jones, we would take this out. Mrs. Jones, we're trying to build up our company's reputation online. Can you help us out? So, you gave her a reason, and now you're petitioning her and asking her, can you help us out by giving us a review if you were happy with what we did here today?
Right.
And get her to say yes.
You're right.
At least, if she says yes, that's even better. But at least nod her head. But you know, let her know why though. Don't just say, "Can you give me a review?" You know, we're trying to build a reputation. We're really trying to get more reviews. Would you help us out? And now, help us out. That's another human interest. You know, and people want to help people. You know,
Right.
And then you let her know that we, you know, we're trying to get the reviews. Help us out. Here you go. And then you hand her the card. If she's got time, or you can do it right now if you've got time. That's even better. You get her there on the phone and get that going on. But something, you know, these cards are like $15, $20 or $1,000.
Right.
Why not? It's silly. Not delete, and it'll totally get you more reviews. Everybody that I've ever had has gotten more reviews than they were getting anyway before when they use that. So, well. What the other thing I really want to talk about and mention are offers. I know we touched on that a little bit, but it's important to do give some type of an offer. Like you mentioned, you've got guys that'll come in and go, well, Roger, I don't want to give away, you know, $25 off, or, you know, and I get it, but again, you got to raise your prices, to be able to afford to do that. But also too, you have to give some type of, but I highly recommend it. Because the other reason is, you know, you can get in front of the client and then give them all this great stuff about you and then go, okay, use us. Here's our phone number. Well, if you give an offer with a time limit, that's the other thing too, is unfortunately the gift card, it just doesn't seem like it makes sense to give a time limit, but especially in any type of an ad, you know, then there's a reason that they have to respond or they don't get to take advantage of that special offer. So now you're putting a fire under their butt with a time limit. You can't just say, you have to call us because we're going to close up shop next week, or you got to have a reason. You know, you got to have a reason. And the offer is one of the only real reasons, except for if you're about to get really busy. And, you know, that's maybe sometimes a good offer that we've given, like before the holidays or before a busy period. We're about to get really busy, so call and book now. Sometimes then for like our client mailers, we wouldn't give them offer. Right. Because we're about to be busy anyway. We don't need to. Right. And the real offer is call now or you're not going to be able to get in for weeks.
Right.
You know, the really neat offer. But yeah, test several different offers. Don't just have one, you know, and stay away from just the 10% off and that's all.
Yeah.
Stay away from the, you know, or even just a small dollar amount off and that's all. Have multiple offers, not just one, but a multiple. And I love the card that you had with the free upholstery, you know, with any, I can't remember how it was worded, but with whatever, you also get this free thing, you know,
right.
And to help cross-sell your other stuff, because you really want to go in and tell them about all your services, show them all that you can do. Right. That way you're turning a $100, $150 job into a $350 job. Because now you're doing carpet and tile and upholstery and rugs. Picking up those rugs and taking it in. You know, I love the clients that would just go, oh yeah, just go ahead, John, and I want to get this and this and this and this and this done.
Right.
Wonderful. You know, and then sometimes you give them the price, and they're like, oh, it's $1,800? Well, yeah, you said you wanted all this stuff done. And then they might strip away some of it. Well, I was trying to keep it under $1,000. Okay, cool.
Right.
This, and this. Now it's only $995. Cool.
Right.
Everybody's happy. You got a good sized job and you're out there.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it works. So what questions do we have, or what questions do you have?
Yeah, because I don't see too many more guys saying hello to us. Okay. John, tell us about door hangers and the process of why it is important. Because you know, I've been advertising some door hangers, and not just any door hangers. Like, I don't want you to go to one of these local carpet supply shops and just buy a generic, your neighbor came clean, so should you. No, right. Come on. Everybody and their mother in the industry has that. We've had that for 20-some years, almost 30 years. Like, no. You want to design a door hanger, in my opinion, so it represents you. Like one side is about edge cleaning, and the other side is exactly what you just said, John. Save $25 off of 3 rooms or more and get one upholstery chair clean free. So the one side is, oh my God, I can get a free chair clean, and then the other side is, why you shouldn't do it yourself versus getting a professional. And then it tells you about, me, I'm always talking about the germs and dust mites and things like that. Just getting them out of the mind concept of when I come in there, oh, I got a red spot there, I got a dark spot there. No, you don't want to wait till the carpet has spots that are like an eyesore. You need to get your carpets clean for health reasons. So, John, what do you think about door hangers and that whole philosophy?
Sure. Door hangers are great, especially when you use them as a 5 around. And it doesn't just have to be 5. It could be 20 around or 30 around or 200 or 300 around.
Right.
Quite honestly, a lot of the times when we go in and do an EDDM campaign, in fact, this one right here was just based almost on the same concept. And it would sort of be like a 5 around, but not for just 5, for the whole freaking neighborhood, for the whole mail route. Right. And we go in and do a few hundred of them and tell them. And the thing about, you're right, that headline I don't like at all of the, your neighbor just came clean, so should you. The bad part about that is I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to give you the social proof of we were just at your neighbor's house, which is good social proof, but it's no benefit. Your neighbors just came clean. Tongue in cheek. Oh boy, that's witty. No, it's silly. It's not, and it doesn't really mean anything to them. There's no benefit there to them. But letting them know, your neighbors just got spring cleaning done. We were just at your neighbor's house.
Right.
So when they see something like we're just at your neighbor's, really? Wow.
Right.
What were they doing there? Right. People, we just had our next door neighbor. They got their basement refinished. Right. We already, when we moved in, our basement was refinished. We don't need it done. But you know what? I took note of who this company was just because they're there all the time. And I'm nosy. What's my neighbor doing? Right. That's what people. That's the whole point of this. We were just at your neighbor's house. Really? Well, what's going on over there? They want to know. Right. Yeah. And so that's why 5 arounds are great. And that's why, having some type of an offer with that education, you got to tell them why you're different. That's the big thing. There's so many, they've had bad experiences. There's so many carpet cleaners out there that just go out and make a mess that you want to come in and from the very beginning, 2 reasons. One, from the very beginning, say that you're different so that they know that they're not getting the same situation. But the other reason is if they've not had the bad experience, that they go, oh, well, I want to avoid that bad experience. That's another sales tactic to just let them know the pain that they're avoiding, which is hiring a bad carpet cleaner, getting their carpets soaking wet. So educating them about all that stuff. But sure, going out and cleaning at a nice client's home, putting out, 10, 20, 30, whatever you've got the time for.
Right.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Good investment. The other thing too is what about doing yard signs? I know not every house that you can, but do those 5 arounds and put a yard sign up in that same house and say, if you let me put this up for 3 days, I'll give you, I don't know, whatever off next time we come out or whatever seems appropriate. And you can get yard signs for $5-10. They see that with your doorknob hanger. I mean, my gosh, if anybody around there is thinking about carpet cleaning, you're like the number one on the list.
And I want to add one more thing, but before I do, John used to live in Florida. I guess you just joined us. He lives in Colorado now.
I do.
Yeah, the gentleman that just said, John, I believe you're in Florida. Not anymore. He used to be in Pensacola, but now he's over in good old Colorado. And that's where he's at. And he's got the Hitman advertising business. So if you need some good literature, some good cleaning material, John Braun, Hitman Advertising. Now, what's this next one? How do you handle gated developments? Oh, God, guys, now you're kidding me. I can't even read them as fast as you're typing. All right. How do you hit gated developments as far as door hangers when they say no solicitation?
Yeah, good question. I mean, EDDM is perfect for that.
Right.
You pick out that neighborhood and then you target that with an EDDM. You mail it once on a Monday, by the way. Monday, why? Because then they'll get it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Right.
They get it Friday. What are you thinking about on Friday, Roger?
Hanging out or the weekend or
right.
So
they're not thinking about cleaning. If they get it on Saturday, even if they're sitting around the house, they get it on Saturday. Well, they're thinking you're closed, or they're doing their weekend. Right. So bad time. So you want to send it a Monday. They get it a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
No later than Tuesday. That was an article I read almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
No later than Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday.
Right.
Those are the days you want to put your advertising out. My day is Monday. That my office assistant, she knows every Monday she's dumping like a whole case mailings over at the post office ready to go so we can get ready for the calls for the rest of the week.
Right. We used to advertise in the newspaper a lot. Believe it or not, there still are a few cities that work for the newspaper. Not very many, so don't go thinking the newspaper's the next greatest thing. But it's not. But a few smaller cities, actually, I have guys that do really well with it still, believe it or not. But we used to do it a lot, and Sunday was always the best day. But it was always so frustrating because I didn't want to answer the phone. We weren't open on Sunday.
Right.
But they would still call and leave a message because there was enough ad. That's how you know that your ad is good, by the way. When you put out an ad and people actually leave a message that's not a good ad and they're not a repeat client, they don't leave a message, right? If you got a Yellow Pages ad or a Google AdWords ad or any type of regular directory ad, they'll call, but they won't leave a message. They'll just call and, nobody answered. There's 50 other carpet cleaners there at my fingertips.
That's it. Another thing that I want to add to what John has been telling us today, a lot of you guys make the mistake. John already explained to you how sales letters are very effective, even more effective, especially if you're a higher price carpet cleaner, because if someone reads your letter, they're interested. If they're not, it's just going to get tossed. And you want to be different, like John said, because when you send out these regular postcards that you guys see that a commercial printer is selling for the carpet cleaning industry that has a before and after picture, and then it has a price deal on it, and then it has your logo or whatever, and you're like, oh, let me hurry up and buy like 5,000 or 10,000 of those, and then I'm going to send them all out in EDDM. Okay, but let me explain something to you. What makes you different than anyone else that bought that same postcard or has that same philosophy? See, what John is saying, when you send out a sales letter, you're personalizing the whole experience before you even spoke to them or they spoke to you, because you took the time to put literature about you, why they need their carpets clean. They can come to your website. They can check your reviews. I mean, everything can go in that sales letter, that postcard that you've been buying for like the last 3 or 4 years. Yes, I'm not saying you're not going to get any calls, but just imagine how many more you would get if you personalize it. Now, I know, like John told you, you have to have a strategy. If that's not your strategy, if you're the in or out type of guy that, you're not personable, you just want someone to call, you want to get paid, you want to splash and dash, well, that's a strategy too. But, more customers or more valuable customers are getting away from that. I do have a system called the $6,000 a month system. You get 3 jobs a day at $100, 5 days a week. You got your weekends off. You done made $1,500 the first week, $3,000 the second week, $4,500 the third, and $6,000 the last. And hey, $6,000 for a lot of you guys, steady cash every month, will pay your bills and keep you alive. But if you have something more, if you want to endeavor to do more, and you will, why do you have an upholstery tool? Why do you have a towel and grout spinner? I have a guy that bought some of my marketing, and he showed me some pictures of his truck, and I'm like, wow, that's a nice truck. I said, I got to mess with you now. He said, what's that? I said, how new is that towel and grout spinner? He said, oh, man, I had that for like 6 years. I was like, oh, I got to ask you another question. Have you ever used it? And then he starts laughing. I was insulting you. I wasn't trying to, what I'm saying is, how often do you use it? I don't know, once or twice a month or once every 2 months. Like, no. Listen, a spinner. Well, I know when I bought mine, it was like $400 or something. Then you get all the little fancy attachments or whatever. So about $450 for everything. That why would you buy that just so you can say, hey, carpet cleaning world, look what I have. Or look, John, Roger, look what I,
Right.
don't you, like John just said, you want to make sure that you sell your other services on your marketing material. Guys, you already know I have a folder that I give everybody when everyone that hires me, everyone says, Roger, that's too much money. You don't understand how 3 years later, 2 years later, I have someone that dug up that folder and they said, I was looking through, I forgot that you did tile and grout. I was thinking about getting my kitchen done.
Right.
A quick $200-$300 for a kitchen deal that I wouldn't have got any other way.
Yeah. They hang on to that stuff.
Yeah, so... and John, the last thing I wanted to put out, you were talking about sending out material this time of year, especially because people are already thinking about getting it done. Now, I also believe in the event-driven postcards. Now, we have what? We just had Easter, so I just got done with that. Now we have Mother's Day coming up. So I have my Mother's Day postcard going out next week. Then after that, I have my Memorial's Day postcard going out where I'm telling them if they get their carpets clean between the couple weeks of Memorial's Day, that we'll donate some cash to the VFW post or whatever. They love, especially if someone's a veteran, they love that stuff. Like Father's Day, 4th of July. Like take these events and let them drive your customers to you. Like, don't just send out a postcard that says, hey, spring cleaning. Now it's summertime, summer cleaning. Like, everyone has been doing that. I've been doing this for 29. They have been doing that since the beginning of time. Take what you have in front of you, because that's what they're going to call you for. Oh, we're having a Father's Day party, or we're having the kids over for Father's Day. We're gathering at mother's house for Mother's Day. They want to get the cars clean. Maybe the kids will all pitch in and pay the ticket. I've had someone have me go to their mother's house, give her the quote, not her mother, give her the quote, and then her and her brothers and sisters paid me $800 to clean the furniture, the carpet. I'm like, are you kidding? I loved it.
Right.
So,
And here's what's neat about that, too. What was the greatest salesman in the world? He wrote a book. His name is escaping me right now. You probably know who I'm talking about. But anyway, he's got a book. He's the Guinness Book of World Records, greatest salesman in the world. But what he did, and one of the ways he was able to do that, become the best car salesman ever.
Car salesman, right.
Right. He would mail postcards every month to all of the people that he'd done business with. And it would just, a lot of it would be based on a holiday.
Right.
And some of it would just be something saying, hey, I like you. Right. But the thing was, especially around the holidays, you're kind of part of the family. When you're coming in and you're going in and Happy Mother's Day, Happy Father's Day, Happy 4th of July, Happy Thanksgiving. And now you're not just a carpet cleaner. You're part of the family, wishing them with all of the holidays. And that's what all that's about. And so many guys go, well, geez, I don't want to spend the money on that. And I'm like, really? You know how much money it would really cost you? $250 a year. Is your client worth $250, $3 maybe? I don't know. On the high side, $4. Is your client worth $4, even $5 a year to keep them and to educate them about all the other stuff that you do? Well, yeah. I mean, they've got friends too. And if the neat thing about it is, even though they're like, well, I just cleaned for them, so they're thinking, I don't want to go and mail them anything because they're probably not going to be cleaning for another year. Do they have friends? Do they also, they got carpet cleaning. Did they get every service that you have done? Are there other services? I mean, you clean the carpet, we'll mail them something about tile. Water restoration if you do that. They've got neighbors, they've got friends and family that need cleaning. Their mom needs cleaning.
Right.
Go in there and embed yourself in their mind along with the holidays, because that's even an emotional marketing connection there.
Emotional direct response marketing.
Exactly. So that's what all that's about.
Well, John, we got to tell them this too. Because I could talk to you all night. We on the time limit here. But the thing is, John, another thing, what I've learned, I tell my guys, listen, just because you send a postcard to one neighborhood once, don't do that. You have the EDDM list if you're doing it by EDDMs, or you can buy an occupancy list if you want to do it that way from your list broker like Info USA. But I'm not going to get in that. The thing is, you want to pick a territory right around you, and normally like a 10-mile radius. Maybe most of us want middle class to high end. I mean, let's be honest, most of us want that. So pick that neighborhood, that occupancy list. It's actually the cheapest list you can buy from a list broker, believe it or not, because all it does is give you just the addresses. And so what you do is then, like we just said, you want to send the Mother's Day postcard, and then you give them 30 days to call. Then when Father's Day come around, a week or two before that, you want to send the Father's Day postcard. But you want to send it to the same neighborhood. If for no reason, but this reason at all, you want to become the neighborhood name. There's no better compliment than if you go to your local grocery store and then the little girl says, Mommy, isn't that the guy that cleans?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that's kind of funny. I've had that happen to me at Wendy's, at banks, standing in line. Yeah. And it's always the little girl, too. That's what
right.
Girl. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun, man. A lot of good stuff. We can talk for 3 or 4 more hours about this. We should do it again sometime, or maybe
we will.
You.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Why not? I'll come over there. Listen,
Yeah.
Now we got to talk business. Hey guys, John Hitman Braun is keep calling him the Hitman, not because I'm trying to tease him. He owns Hitman Advertising. He's out of Colorado now. I saw some of you guys say, yes, he did start off in Pepsi, Florida. And anybody that's been doing carpet cleaning for at least 10 years, you've heard the name. He's all over YouTube. He's been helping the carpet cleaning industry for at least, was it 15 years now? Or
I've had Hitman for almost 11.
Okay.
But yeah.
So about 11 years now. Yeah. His stuff is sharp. I wouldn't send you nowhere else if I didn't believe it was sharp. John's got some good stuff. I have seen his stuff. He told you, he explained it to you. His EDDMs are deadly. You need to give him a call. He also has a brother group called Cleaners Marketing. Maybe you should join that. John also has webinars throughout the months and things like that. See, he's explaining and educating you so you can in turn and educate and make some more money. And it's great. I know there's 50 million carpet cleaning groups that you can join, but John isn't really a carpet cleaning group. He's a carpet cleaners marketing group. So if you want to come over there, like you guys call me all the time, oh Roger, I love your marketing, but so do you think I should buy a CRB or you think I should go for a Rotovac? Oh my geez, are you kidding me, right? But anyway, look it up right now. You think long, you didn't thought wrong. Go join Cleaners Marketing.
It's cleaning marketing.
Oh Jesus, I'm sorry.
Cleaning marketing. That's fine.
Cleaning marketing right now. And like I said, John has webinars and things like that. And I really know that if you want your business to grow, this is one man that you want to listen to and be a part of his group. He has a group of really serious cleaners that are trying to grow their business. I read a lot of the posts. I'm also a member. And I mean, they're all educated posts. So like I said, this really good stuff. You can catch a tip. You're always asking me for a tip for free. Well, you can also go to Cleaning Marketing and get some good tips too from a lot of very serious carpet cleaners. But John Braun, we want to thank you. A's stand for applause. I expect to see a lot of A's. John, even if they missed it tonight, this stays up, it stays. So normally by Friday, you'll have like 300 or 400 views. And I don't know, it's you. So it might be like 500 or 600 views. I don't know. But that'll be great. And then I will post this also on my page on YouTube. And I will, it's you. I'll post this in Cleaning Marketing as well. Absolutely. So these guys can see and hear all the good stuff and hear you speak again.
Great. Awesome, Roger. Yeah, let's do this again sometime, or I'll shoot you an email. We'll get together, do another one. I'll interview you. We'll talk some more marketing.
It sounds fun, John. Thanks again for coming. All right. Good night, everyone. Good night,
Thanks
John.
so much. Bye-bye.
All right.